a glorious, a lovely, terrific day. Today's video, okay, do you know who you are? Okay, do you know who you are? Do you have an idea of who you are and who you was created to be? Now, let me tell you something. This download had came to me, and when I tell you guys downloads, just ideas. Okay, I could be in the middle of uploading a video, and then instantly an idea come to me. I could be listening to Reverend Ike or Bob Proctor or whomever, and the idea come to me. Okay, and so I call them downloads. One of the things I want to say is this: you was given dominion over your life, okay? Meaning that when circumstances arrive, I want you to understand that you do not have to look at that circumstance and say, well, this is pretty much what it has to be. This is it. Everything is about perception and how we tend to see things. And according to your perception, in the words of Earl Nightingale, your attitude, really, okay, your attitude is going to definitely determine your altitude. So when certain things show up, which they will, okay, they always do, challenges are really there for us to grow. It can be some things that you have asked God to change your life on, right? It can be your finances, it can be your relationships, it can be certain things that you have asked God. God, change my life on this. Help me become better with my finances. You may say that. And then next minute you notice you receive a letter, right? Or something has arrived. The let you know oftentimes, because sometimes you may be like, well, where did this come from? Or sometimes you may have you may want to open your own business, okay? And then out of the blue, you just get fired. Okay, I'm here to tell you those things will happen. Okay, and to think that they won't, honey, you are living in the Lulu land. Okay, things in life happens to each and every one of us. They are going to continuously happen to each and every one of us. But when you look at your life and say, you know what? I always say, look at your life and think twice. When you look at your life and say, you know what? This thing has not come to stop me. This thing has come to make me stronger, because in actuality, it has come to make you stronger. If you look at it and say, well, if it wasn't for this, I would not have learned the budget. Hello, honey, you ain't listening to what I'm saying today. Honey, I'm drinking my smoothie, okay? Of course, in my fancy mancy panty wine glass, all right? Honey, it don't have to be in a mason jar. You fancy, you're a fancy one, okay? So I want you to know that thing has not come to stop you. When you ask for certain things, other things, it may appear like, oh my goodness, this challenge. I wanted to open my own business, and out of nowhere, I done got fired. You may not understand the gist of it, but you gotta understand this, that sometimes things happen because you don't want to move. You're not moving, and you outgrown that position, that thing. You outgrown it. I remember, once upon a time, you guys know I used to do Uber, right? Uber and Lyft. And I remember it was a part of me that felt like I outgrown it, right? And so I stopped doing it because I felt like, this has played itself out. Okay. And I remember this one particular time, I never forget it. I had a passenger who was going to Newark Airport, Newark, New Jersey. He was going to the airport. And soon as I picked the passenger up, I had like this feeling like, you know what, this is my last ride. I'm not doing Uber no more. This is just it, right? And so at that time, I had a vehicle. I was paying, payments on a car. And I just was like, I don't want to do this any longer. I just felt like I had outgrown that. Now, Uber and Lyft absolutely loved it. Connecting with the people and talking to the people. The way I talk to you guys, this is exactly how I would talk to the passengers. Okay. Um, and I remember I dropped him off and I made a decision. I said, you know what, I'm done with Uber. I'm done with Uber. I don't know how things gonna play out, but I'm done with Uber. I detached myself from from that vehicle that I had at that moment. Pretty much I just stopped paying the car payments because I said I want to do things that I am happy. Like, I don't want to be caught up in this rat race, right? Where is though is every day is like, oh, I have to just hustle and bustle to earn some money. I have to do this. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna just rock out to my happiness. I'm a rock out to the things that I was created to do, right? And at that time, I was doing videos. I was doing videos on Facebook. And I remember that day when I made that decision and I started walking a bridge. Okay. I think I was walking a bridge already, but I started walking a bridge. I started doing things that it wasn't every day like hustle and bustle. It wasn't like, oh, well, I have to chase the bag and all these different things. And so then, and let me show you how good God is, because right after that, my vehicle had got repoed, of course. But then I had a good homegirl who had called me. It was September, October, November, December, in February, 5 months later, she called me. She kept calling me. And I didn't know what occurred, right? You know, sometimes when I keep getting calls back to back from the same person, I'm thinking like, oh my goodness, what done happened? And I never forgot, I was about to put one foot in the tub. And she said to me, she called me, she said, Dina, do you want my vehicle? I'm telling you guys this story to say this. When things show up, I want you to know who you are. I want you to know that you have dominion over your life. I want you to understand also that you have to keep on going. You should always be in a position where as though you are progressing. You are looking for ways to become better. And the more you have it in your mind, like I'm gonna become my greatest version, honey, all the challenges, they're gonna be coming left and right. I want you to understand it. They are going to be coming, okay? But I want you to know that you are so powerful that even when the challenges come, now, honey, sometimes those challenges they be challenging. All right. When the challenges come, I want you to look at those challenges and say, you know what? I have the ability to change my perception. You know what? I know that this thing has come to make me a better version of myself. Because in all actuality, that thing that has come, if it wasn't for that, honey, you wouldn't be the person that you are today. If it wasn't for a bad paycheck, how would you know what a good paycheck feels like? If it wasn't for that toxic relationship, how would you know what a loving, kind, caring relationship is? If it wasn't for your finances being a certain way, how would you know to start budgeting? Right? So everything that shows up in our lives, it is all there for the greater good. It is all there to serve us in a way where is that we become our greatest versions. It is not there to stop us. Okay. And let me tell you something. I want you to understand this. Once you stop, you're done. Let me say it again. Once you quit, once you give up, you're done. So I don't care what has come to show up. It has not come to stop you unless you allow it to stop you. It is not stronger than you. Okay. Unless you feel it's stronger than you. You have God within you that's working on your behalf each and every day. And I don't care what shows up. I don't care what it appears to be. I don't care. You know, the other day I was at the bank, right? And I shared this with you guys the other day. I'm at the bank. This lady, she's now first I was initially supposed to see her, you know, one of the advisors and stuff. So I goes inside the bank and I'm there to open up an account. And so she looks at the account and she says, "Oh well, you know, you won't be able." Now, this is not the first lady I was supposed to see. This is the second lady that they gave me, because the first lady I was supposed to see, she was busy with someone else, and thank goodness. But anywho, so I goes in there and I'm talking to, you know, this the one of the bank advisors, and I'm telling her, you know, like I want to open up account, whatever it is like that at this bank. So she goes on, she looks me up and stuff, and she was like, "Oh, there was a hold on your account, whatever, because of some check, and you know, whatever it was like that." Me and my oldest daughter, we had this account. In fact, I opened this account for my oldest daughter. And so she says that, you know, we can't open up an account until, you know, that check clear or something like that. And she was like, into June. And I was like, June? She was like, yeah. She was like, but what you can do, because I was not going to just accept that as an answer. So she said, what you can do is you can call the number or whatever it is, like their loss prevention or something. You could call them and talk to them. So when I got out from the bank, my intuition was like, call them now. Call them now. So I called the people, you know, loss prevention or whomever from for the bank. And then I'm on the phone with the lady, and the lady from loss prevention, she's like, that has nothing to do with you. She said, that was not on your behalf. You get what I'm saying? Like, that has nothing to do with you. And I said, yeah, because I never even knew anything of a check. You know, somebody trying to deposit the check into the account and stuff like that. She said, that has nothing to do with you. That was like, I guess, like on my daughter's end. And so what wound up happening was, right then, I turned around. I wasn't too far from the bank, a block away, and I turned around and I walked back and I went inside the lady office and I said, listen, they say the number that you gave me, they said that does not have anything to do with me. That my account, the account can be opened. But imagine if I would have just gave up. Imagine, and you know, this is probably like a small example, but many of you guys, you just throw in the towel when someone says no, or when someone says it can't happen. And the other lady, you know, who was working at the bank, she was saying, "Oh no, yeah." She even came in. She said, "Oh, they most likely not gonna do it. Open up the account and stuff like that because of the whole." I said, "They'll do it." I looked at her and said, I said, "They'll do it." And she said, "Oh, because no, because I had a guy yesterday and stuff like that, and they wouldn't do it for." That's him. You better stop accepting other people's perception or other people experiences for your life and say, "Well, you know, it happened for them. Then I'm gonna get the same exact outcome." No, you won't. You don't know how that person faith was. You don't know what that person belief system was. That person probably didn't even believe in themselves. And you gonna accept someone else's circumstances and say, "Oh, well, it may happen to me just like that." I don't accept it. I listen to so much personal development. I don't accept it. I don't accept it. Like another time, you know, I'm going. I remember I got these tickets in the mail. I told you guys I got these tickets in the mail. And I said, "What in the heck?" It was a few tickets. I hired a lawyer and got the lawyer. And I'm telling the lawyer, telling the lawyer, so the lawyer said, "Oh, you know, point." She was saying all this stuff. And I said, "No, it's not." No, it's not. I said, "I have faith. I know things gonna work out." Well, the cop who supposedly issued the tickets came to the courtroom. It was Virtue. Came and I noticed it was actually the deputy from the sheriff department came and looked was on the Zoom call, and I noticed he went right back off and came back And I said, what in the heck is going on? Right? I didn't know what was going on. And so the judge had said that the case was thrown out because the cop said he never seen me. He said, you know, with my lawyer, like I never seen her before. So don't tell me about when you have faith that things don't work out. Don't dare tell me that, because I know it's situations in my life where it's so because of the personal development that I keep on conditioning my mind and reprogramming my subconscious mind that things work out for the greater good of me. All right. So you have the choice. You have the choice to lay down and get down and say, you know what, this is just what life is. You know, I was dealt a certain type of hand and I just got to face life. And this is just pretty much destined. If you feel like you are destined to lose, I mean, goddamn, shame on you. Shame on you. Honey, let me get some more of this smoothie, okay? So when things show up, I want you to make this declaration. When things show up, I show out. Okay? All right. I want you to make that declaration in your heart. When things show up, I show out. And you need to show out. You need not to just, oh well, this is just pretty much the way it is. Like you a victim. Like you a victim of circumstances. Like you not like you don't have the capability to look at your life at any given time and say, you know what? This has come, this showed up, right? It's a reflection of my consciousness, the way I used to think before. All right. Now, that does not mean that I think that is the exact same way today. And you need to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. That came up. That download just came up. You need to forgive yourself. Beating yourself up each and every day about what you shoulda, coulda, shoulda done is not going to change anything that has occurred. It's not going to change anything. All right, you did it. Okay, move on from that. Don't keep on beating yourself up. I don't want to keep talking about what occurred yesterday. I'm not going to keep on dwelling on what occurred yesterday. If we can't come up with solutions on how we are going to make today a better day, I don't want to hear it. I just don't want to hear it. Okay. And so you need to look at your life and say, this is just a reflection of my consciousness, the way I used to think before. That's not the person I am today. And forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for constantly beating yourself up, for constantly feeling like, oh, you should have done better. If you knew better, you would have done better. Stop walking around with resentment, with guilt. Okay, just last night I was thinking to myself, like, Dina, that is a reflection from the past. Okay, that's a reflection from the past. Don't live in the past. And I said before, sometimes people, they are so attached to the past that their future or the here and the now moment, it can't get any better because you so attached to the past. It's like you holding the past hostage. The past is even sick of you. Imagine it. The past is even sick of you. The past is like, oh my goodness, let me go already. Some of you guys are holding the past hostage. You need to let the past go so you can grow. And as long as you are constantly living in the past, okay, your future is going to be the same exact way as the past. So you need to look at your life and say, you know what? my life is better. I am getting better. I am doing better. I am becoming better. You need to keep on going. You need to have faith, and not faith in reverse, but faith in a sense where as though you know things are working out for you. You know that God is on your side. You know that God is within and showing out for you. You need to know that. I don't care what that Dr. Dane said. Okay. And I'm not saying, oh well, just act like it is not. No, all right, they said whatever they said. Okay, the doctor or whomever. Okay, they said what they said. Focus on health. This book right here, you guys always see me. I always refer back to this book. Okay, because it talks about mentalism. It talks about so many people, how they was able to change their lives once they changed their thinking. And it's so funny because some people, they don't want to discipline themselves to start changing their mindset, but they want their results to change, but they don't want to change their thinking. I said the other day, you like the drunk man who says, I want to keep drinking my liquor. I want to keep on drinking my liquor, but I don't want to be drunk. And some of you guys, you want your circumstances in your life to change, but you don't want to change. But it's the mindset that's making these things show up in your life is based upon your mindset. So you have to change your mindset in order for your circumstances to change. Your circumstances is not going to change if you continuously have that same tainted mindset, that doubtful mindset, that worrisome mindset. Your results is not going to change. You have to actually do the work. And it's so funny because so many people, I don't have time to do the work. Some of you guys drive, okay? When you on your way to work, you can listen to personal development or whatever it is that's going to help you change your stinking thinking. If you're a person that's just showing up in life and you're not doing anything, like you're not meditating, you're not doing anything that is going to change or challenge that belief system that you have, honey, I can almost assure you. Okay, and I'm a psychic. Okay, all right, we all have psychic abilities, but I can almost assure you, just based upon universal law, that your seeds is going to be, your harvest is going to be the same exact way that it was last year. See, this is not, I'm gonna do this only when certain circumstances show up. This is not that. This is not, I'ma only study, I'ma only read the books, I'ma only listen to the personal development when circumstances arise. No, this is an ongoing thing. Like I literally study every day throughout the day. And I'm still faced with challenges. So, some people so ignorant that they feel like, oh, well, since you study and stuff every day, you're not supposed to be faced with challenges. Challenges are for you to grow. You're going to be still faced with challenges. But when you face with those challenges, you don't stay there. Because the studying, the personal development, the books is sort of like your armor. It's like, oh, this thing has come, but you know what? I have armor on that is so powerful that it's not going to stop me. And you need to look at your life like that. And to the ones that's out there that's just like, well, I'm so sick and tired. I'm so sick and tired. Well, if you sick and tired, you are going to do something different. When I was sick and tired, you know what I did? I told you guys, listen, I meditated. I didn't know if I was meditating, right? Rapper B.O.B., he had suggested in one of his YouTube videos, he said something about meditation. I said, you know what? I'm going to meditate because What else is there? And this is the point I keep making when I say that everything that has come in your life, it has come from a point of for you to change who you are, right? And if it wasn't for those circumstances back then, I would not be doing these videos. I would not be doing these videos. And so everything has purpose. Everything has purpose. You may look at it and say, Dina, no, that don't have no purpose. Life is just out to attack me. No, everything has purpose. And I was so eager. I was so eager. I wasn't one of those who said, oh, I want change. And no, I was eager. I would meditate. Didn't know if I was meditating right or wrong. And that's how God would test you, because I didn't know if I was doing it right or wrong. But guess what? I kept on showing up. And then later on, come to find out that there's no right or wrong way. But I didn't know that at first. I was so eager for my life to change. I just stuck with it. I said, if this person said it and then somebody else said it, then I am going to do something different in order for my life to change. I am going to do something different that is going to change. And I started studying. Came across Bob Proctor video. I said he looked like a rich white dude. Okay, that was the honest truth. I said he looked like a rich white dude. And I said, you know what? He was on the private plane or whatever it is like that. He was saying about his childhood, well, how he didn't finish school. And he said, I could help you. I said, I'm all in. Okay, I invested in myself because I wanted better. I was willing to pay to be mentored by someone who can tell me or assist me with changing my life. I was willing. And this is another thing. You have to understand money is energy. Money is currency. Money is a frequency. And so I was willing to exchange this paper. All right, money is really an idea too, but I was willing to exchange this paper in order for my life to change. Some of you guys, you don't want to depart with the money, but you in many cases, you're gonna have to invest in yourself. And the phenomenal thing about when you invest in yourself, no one can ever take that. When you invest into your mindset, no one can ever take that from you. And so from that point on, ever since 28, I've been studying. And so you got to keep on studying. This is like your armor. Some people say we live we have a spiritual warfare or whatever it is like that. Honey, you say whatever you say. Only thing I know is I study. You got to be prepared to change your life. Remember, there's belief systems that you have, and it doesn't only come from your mother or from your father. It goes all the way back. And so all those habits and those thoughts that come to you, all of that is from generation. And so you have to do something, because you may have an idea to do something and then you just hear this voice say, don't do it. You hear this voice that says you're not good enough. You hear this voice says that you're not capable. And and some of you guys, you stop. You don't do it. But you need to do it. When you get that download, that gut feeling, something telling you to do it, you need to go ahead and do it. Open a business. And I'm only telling you things that I have done. I was afraid to open a business, but guess what? I still did it. I still showed up. Because for me, it's always about, I don't want to have no type of regret. Like, I don't want to be the person that says, dang, what if I would have opened that business? How would my life have changed? I'm ready to open a business and see, if it's for me, it's for me. If it's not, it's not. But I'm going to at least open it. I'm not going to give myself excuses on why you shouldn't do it, Dina. Oh no, don't do it. No, let me tell you something. I'm gonna do it afraid. I'm gonna do it when I don't have all the answers. I'm gonna do it when the average person may say it don't make sense because I'm not average. And I'm going to show up. I am going to I am going to show up. I am not going to allow what society say or what anybody else say to stop me from doing whatever it is I need to do. Last night, my oldest son, I was working on something, and he was like, "Do you even know what you're doing?" I said, "I sure don't." I said, "But I'm gonna figure it out." Don't be afraid to apply yourself. All of that is a self-image thing. Don't be afraid to apply yourself. Don't be afraid as though some things don't tend to go in a direction that you want them to go. Is this book in here? So you guys know the Prosperity Bible, honey. I've been recommending this for so long. Okay. Honey, it done fell apart. This is like one of my favorite, another book of mine that I absolutely love. Okay, because it gives so many examples of so many people on how they were able to change their lives by changing their thinking. So it talks about the secret of success, the art of money getting, the secret of the ages, a blank check, the gift of the MAGA, the first step towards freedom. So it talks about all these different things. The in tune with the infinite. It has so many great stories in here. Money, a spiritual idea. Remember, I said money is an idea. Some of you guys, you have $1 billion ideas and you refuse to act on it because why? Because your self-image is so basura, it's trash, it's garbage. It's so garbage, you won't even act on it. And God gave you that idea for you to bring it into fruition, but you won't. You won't. Who is in that hallway? You won't bring it into fruition because of your self-image. Some of you guys have business ideas. You refuse to act on it. You just refuse to do it. And some of the things that you tell yourself, or you allow that chatter to tell you, you're not smart enough. It's people in this book that were very, very wealthy and they didn't finish school. When God gave you that idea, God wasn't looking at your education level. God isn't looking at the accolades and all these different things. God isn't looking at that. God is looking at your faith. Do you believe? Do you believe? Do you believe in yourself? It's no way you believe in God and you don't believe in yourself when both of them are one and the same. How could you believe in God but don't believe in yourself? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And there's so many people like, I believe in God, I believe in God, but God told you to do something. You ain't act on it yet. Listen, this book, right? This is like the rest of the Prosperity Bible. Is a part in here The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Shen. Oh my goodness. Man, it's so good. It's As a Man Thinketh, okay, by James Allen. Oh my goodness. Mind is the master power that molds and makes, and man is mind, and evermore he takes. The tool of thought and shaping what he wills bring forth 1,000 joys, 1,000 ills. He thinks in secret. He thinks in secret and it comes to pass. His environment is but his looking glass. 1 second, family. So what you have to understand, and I'm talking about Florence Shen, is I was talking about James Allen. Honey, see, when you get those phone calls, you think in secret. A lot of you guys, you think in secret, and you believe like nobody is going to know what you think about. But the best way is this. I tell you guys, when I get on a bus, right, and I do this, and I remember growing up hearing this. You don't look. I don't want people looking at me. I would hear they'll say, I don't want people to look at me. And the reason they don't want people to look at them is because it's an inferior complex, right? You feel in most cases people are better than you. You also don't have a self image of yourself. So when people look at you, you think they looking at how you view you. And they looking at you based upon the way they view themselves. So if a person is saying you ugly, okay, remember it had to go through them first in order to get to you. They had that perception going on within themselves. So when I'm on a bus, all right, it's a few things I do. I always make sure I have a phenomenal book. I always make sure I have a great read, whether it's the Prosperity Bible, Psycho-Cybernetics. I'm always making sure I have like a really good book, right? And I'm reading, and I talk to people on the bus. Okay, now at first, I was like, but my intuition tell me to talk to people. I ask people what they put in their hair and everything like that. I know people be looking, but I don't give a damn what they look at. I'm following based upon what my intuition told me to do. And so when I'm on it, I like sitting in the front. Okay, unless there's no seats in the front, then I go to bed. But I like sitting in the front. So when I see people get on a bus, if they walk on a bus like this, I know that that's a self-image thing. If they walking on a bus, like looking to the left and looking to the right and just barely hold their head up and make a little eye contact, I know that's a self-image thing. I know people often say that they're shy, right? That's an inferior complex. When you say that you shy, or when you say that I just don't like being around large crowds. Did you ever dissect that to know, like, ask yourself, well, why is that? Why is that? And oftentimes that fear that you have, that's not even your fear. Someone else gave you that fear. So you're gonna have to do something different. We're gonna have to do something different, because that shyness, that timid, that is not going to take you to next level. It just isn't. You're gonna have to step in and do the work on yourself. You're gonna have to level up on your faith, and not faith in reverse, believing that things aren't working for you, but knowing that they are working for you. Knowing that God put you here so you can win. Knowing that you came here to succeed. Knowing that you are a winner. Knowing that you are created in the image of God. And what is your image of yourself? Because whatever image you have of yourself, that's the same as image you have of God. You understand it? You get there? And there's no way you saying, oh, well, I believe in God, but you don't believe in yourself. Like it just don't make sense. You can't believe in God, but don't believe in yourself. You have to take action. You have to take action. And you need to change the way you view yourself. When I first started on social media, I didn't start off like this. I was talking low, okay? Talking low, barely could hear me, some videos. But from me studying and from me applying the information to my life and seeing results, and now I'm like, oh, okay, I get it, I understand. Right. And don't know everything. Okay. I know nothing about nothing. I just know my experience. Right. And every day I'm reapplying myself every day. This is an ongoing thing, a continuous thing. Okay. You can't just be one way and then if you don't do the work, if you're not invested, what'll happen is you will do the work, some of the work, right? You will do some of it, and then you'll revert back to your old ways. You'll go backwards. And so you have to continuously reprogram yourself, reprogram. You have to continuously do that. You got to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. You believe in God, okay? You better believe. Hey, like I said, you cannot believe in God and you don't believe in yourself. I don't care what no one says. I don't care. I don't care what pastor says what. There's no way you believe in God. All right. And some people may say man in the sky. I don't fall for that. I used to. But you cannot. It's just impossible. And I don't like saying impossible, but it just is. If God is within, and when you working, when you show up and your God power, ooh, child. Whoo, we like somebody said the other day, oh, I appreciate your videos. It's not me, it's the downloads I get, and I just bring them to social media. Okay, it's not me, it's the downloads I get. When I get a download, I act on it, I move on it, I speak about it. Why? Because I believe. I keep showing up. Why? Because I believe. My faith get tested. Oh, many times it get tested. So much so. Okay. But I still show up. I keep on going. And it's because of the personal development that I continuously listen to. It's because of the books I continuously read and that I keep on recommending to some of you guys. And some of you guys, you will never get the books, and that's okay. I'm aware. Some people, they want their life to change and they don't want to take the initiative action in order for their lives to change. Now, some may say, well, people lives change and they didn't read a book. That's those people. I'm not those people. I'm telling you what has helped me and how I get to show up each and every day is because of the books I read and because of the personal development that I continuously listen to. And I do be challenged. My faith do get tested. And I continuously show up. And in fact, when my faith gets tested and I do something where as though I don't stay there, okay, I still show up, it's like it boosts the confidence. It boosts my confidence even more. Confidence is not just oh well, I'm just forever confident. No, confidence is an ongoing thing. When you take action, when you face yourself, it boosts your confidence. When you look at fear and say, listen, you ain't got no place, okay? And you still show up, it boosts your confidence. When you show up, you don't have all the answers, okay? People may say you foolish. People may say, like, why would you do that? You don't even have the money for that. Like, how you gonna get that? Listen, you must be don't know the powers I work with. And that's what you need to be feeling. And that's how you need to look at your life. Some of you guys, you ask God for something so mediocre, so hand-me-down, so basic, so crumbs. You ask God for these things that is so little. And the reason you do is because you feel like, oh, well, if I ask God for this little thing, then I'll be able to get this. Not realizing is on the other part. Not realizing this. Look, the book is falling apart, but that's okay. Not realizing this. Where's that part at? This book also talk about thought and purpose, effort of thought on health and body. You need to change. You need to change your mindset when it comes to your health. This is the part, the game of life and how to play it by Florence Shen. Okay, really good. All right, and this is the part. Oh, and when you want something, when you desire something, and that thing don't come, right? Or you may be like a little bummed out, like, gosh, I really wanted that car, and you probably got denied. Let me tell you something. Listen to what this says. It's called law of substitution, right? And I'm gonna read this. I wanted to read the Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, but I can't find it right now. Listen, it says, a woman came to me and asked me to speak the word that she would marry a certain man, okay, with whom she was very much in love with. See, some of you guys, you in these tainted relationships, and you want to stay there because you feel like you can't get any better, right? You feel like that this is just pretty much it. Listen, okay? Now this lady, she wanted this man so bad. She wanted this man so bad. This man did not feel the same way about her. But listen, a woman came to me and asked me to speak the word that she would marry a certain man with whom she was very much in love. She called him AB. I replied that this would be a violation of spiritual law, but that I would speak the word for the right man. Okay, you wanting the wrong man, trying to do all these different things, trying to please this guy for him to fall in love with you. That's just not your person. Or maybe you doing that for, a female. That's just not your person. They just not your person. Okay. And you have to come to the grips in terms of that. There's someone out there for you. And don't, if you gotta work so hard in order for this person to like you, that is definitely a self-image thing. Definitely. Okay. Now, she called him AB. I replied that this would be a violation of, that she would marry a certain man with whom she was very much in love. She called him AB. I replied that this would be a violation of spiritual law, but that I would speak the word for the right man, the divine selection, okay? The man who belonged to her by divine right. I added, if AB is the right man, you can't lose him. Some of you guys, you're like, oh my goodness, I lost that thing. I lost it. Did you really? Did you really lose it? Or was it a game? Did you really lose it? Or did you, was it something bigger and better that was coming into your life? Because see, these eyes, they can only see so much. All right. And it's really your faith that is really going to be seeing the bigger picture. So you was in this relationship and you're like, oh my goodness, I lost him. You gone through a divorce. Oh my goodness, I lost him. I would never. And that's exactly why. Because what you speak. What are you speaking over yourself? What are the words? What are the spells that you are casting over yourself? So listen, because I gotta go. It said, I replied that this would be a violation of spiritual law, but that I would speak the word for the right man, the divine selection, the man who belonged to her by divine right. I added, if AB is the right man, you can't lose him. And if he isn't, you will receive his equivalent. She saw AB frequently, but made no headway. He just wasn't interested, and that's okay. Listen, everybody isn't going to like you, and you have to be okay with it. All right. You will receive his equivalent. She saw AB frequently, but made no headway. Was made in their friendship. One evening, she called and said, "Do you know for the last week, AB hasn't seemed so wonderful to me?" I replied, "Maybe he is not the divine selection. Another man may be the right one." Soon after that, she met another man who fell in love with her at once and who said she was his idea. And in fact, he said all the things that she had always wished AB would say to her. She remarked, "It was quite uncanny." She soon returned his love and lost all interest in AB. This shows the law of substitution. A right idea was substituted for a wrong one. Therefore, there was no loss or sacrifice involved. Jesus Christ said, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." And he said the kingdom was within men. All right. You're looking all outside. You're looking all outside. You're looking all outside. You're looking outside. You're thinking that these things are source. Okay. You believing that man is source. And that's why you feel devastated, because you're looking outside. You got to stop looking outside. You got to go within. You have to go within in order to win, friend. Okay? You have to go within. All right. So, with that being said, I love you guys. Love you, love you, love you. Make sure you guys keep on rocking out, believing in yourself, keep showing up. I believe in you because I believe in me. All right? And understand that you cannot believe, you cannot believe and God and do not believe in yourself. Honey, that just it okay.